福国中央人民政府今天成立了。
但是你们能不能？
刚才也问我可以回半点去，无可奉告。你们也不高兴。
哎，什么叫中国共产党啊？党叫干啥就干啥。
黑夜即将到来，一定要做好准备。
是。
干死共产党！不干死共产党，绝不罢休！
消灭中共是正义的需要。
Good morning, good evening. Welcome to our Expose the CCP show today. And today we have three audiences to discuss a very interesting topic, which is the community of the human destiny. And, I don't know if the audiences are familiar with this term, but I'm really honored and to have our three guests today to discuss about this topic. So first, welcome, Laura. Thanks for coming again.
Thank you, Z, to having me here. Hello, Chris. Hello, True 007. It's a very great honor to with you to on this show.
Thank you, Laura. And also welcome, Chris, back to the show again. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, hi everyone. And my name is Chris. It's happy to be on the show again. Thank you.
Last but not least, we have a new guest today, which is True 007, and he's joining us today and looking forward to discussing with you.
Hello, Z. Hello, everyone. Very honored to be on the show, and we're going to have a good time exposing the CCP. Thank you. Back to you.
Yeah, it's so we're all fighting to expose the CCP from different perspectives. We all come from different countries, different backgrounds, different walks of life, but it's our kind of duty to help the American or Western audiences to understand the truth of the CCP. And today we have a very interesting topic. I'm not sure if our audiences follow the news today. It is pretty popular in China. Early this year, the Xi Jinping and also the Wang Yi have established a new institute called the Institute for Study of the Community of Human Destiny. You know, it sounds a very awkward terms, but there might be a big conspiracy behind it. Not sure if you follow that, but it's something we're going to talk about today. First of all, and we're going to watch a video from Miles Guo, who have warned about the desires or their plot to take over the world by the CCP. And first, let's watch it.
我告诉战友们，我说你们看我5年前，我曾经在伦敦有一个演讲，叫世界企业家精英会上啊， 我想办法文件来发给大家。当时我还没开始爆料，我告诉什么叫国家主权。当时是习近平先生提出来所谓的中美两国新型大国关系，还有给世界治理世界的新药方，叫什么？大家还记着吗？命运共同体建立世界的命运共同体，给共产党命运共同体。我当时讲过什么叫中美两国大型关系，那就这个世界上咱俩说了算，一个是资本主义，一个是共产主义，就是白天你说了算，黑夜我说了算。我有一半的弄钱杀人的权利，我说他说的是统治、金钱、土地统治的权利。第二个叫命运共同体。啥叫命运共同体啊？老子穷你们都得穷，老子要死你们都得死，我这生死你们都必须跟我同生死，但是不能共命运，也不能共利益，也不能共安全。我让你不安全可以，你不能让我不安全。我让你可以没有钱，你不能让我没有钱。我让你家人不安全受威胁，像叶兆颖还有郝海东先生他两个家人受威胁，我家人绝不能受威胁。就是世界上必须臣服于共产党的绝对的集权，而所有他的国家概念是建立什么？中国14亿人是我的，你不要碰；中国的市场是我的，你不要碰；中国的960万公里土地是我的，你不要碰；中国老百姓不能拥有土地，不能拥有选票，不能拥有任何言语自由权利，你不能碰。但是你家的土地、你家的自由、你家的钱我可以碰，你家的女人我可以碰。我说我告诉你，这都是世界上最 low 的政治家，包括美国现在很多所谓的经营者。这个世界上真正的国家概念是什么？共同的信仰，共同的安全，共同的信任，共同的利益和共同的愉悦，这才叫一个国家的主体。
Well, I think like Miles Guo has warned of years ago, and hopefully the Western is wakening up and realize the danger we faced by the CCP. I mean, CCP has been a promoter of globalist ideologies, and they have been all wishing to build a one world government that can rule the world. And maybe this is the one step forward. They're going to try to take over the sovereignty from any other Western countries. So let's start from Laura. You know, we all come from different countries. So what's your perspective and think of Miles' intelligence? You know, why he warned us years ago, but the world hasn't realized the danger of the CCP.
From this video, I realized some kind of important point. This video from Mr. Miles Guo told us a background, a whole background for today, what happened, and for this year at the beginning, on January 2nd, on the New Year beginning, what that mean. Mr. Miles Guo mentioned a concept which is called a community of shared future for mankind. And in a few minutes in this video, he told us all the important points. They gave us a good sightseeing. What happened today is under a plan, a whole package. The CCP gonna set up a community of shared future for mankind. That's back up several years ago. And Mr. Miles Guo told us what they thought. They thought it's the time turning point to build up two huge countries, powerful. Let me call it pillars. In this background, to help us to understand what it means of a community of shared future for mankind. The CCP's regime, they controlled so many populations. They controlled a huge resources. For my point of view, they're going too crazy. They think they have opportunity. The opportunities for them is coming. They have what is so-called confidence, to have a talk with USA. Let us be two sides of this world. Just like Mr. Miles Gore said, you control the daytime. I control the net time. Not only about this, except this, they also told us what the Western world permit to do, allowed to do, and what the Western world not allowed to do. And in a sentence, they want to control all the population, all the resources, and the Western world not allowed to take care or focus on what this dictatorship doing. That's the whole background from my point of view. Okay, back to Z.
Yeah, thanks, Laura, for pointing out the timeline of this event, and it's pretty critical because the CCP has a completely different ideology or the way of thinking in terms of this world. You know, it sounds like, oh, we're going to build a bright future for all human mankind. However, if we dig into the details and look at the history of the communisms, and they never, I don't think they ever contributed to any positive side to the human society. So next, let's go to the Chris, because I think in one of the premeditated plan from the Xi Jinping and CCP, you know, taking over Taiwan or taking over the world is basically their final goal. And what's your opinion on the Miles warning on this intelligence? Do you think this idea, this shared community, or is it for good of human mankind? What's your opinion, Chris?
I think it's really bad for humankind, and actually I would call that the concept from CCP community with a shared future for mankind. It's an open conspiracy, and what's really behind it is communism, and there are 4 points that we need to be worried about. First is the cover-up of a global control strategy. So the concept of the community with a shared future for mankind superficially advocates common prosperity and mutual benefits. In essence, however, it serves as the Chinese Communist Party's cover for implementing its BGY strategy. B stands for online espionage, gold stands for bribery, and yellow stands for honey trap. And it infiltration plan on a global scale, and its objective is to gradually gain control over critical resource and political decision-making in other countries through economic assistance, infrastructure projects, and technology control. And the second point is that it is the authoritarian export behind the slogan. Under the banner of community with a shared future for mankind, the CCP attempt to legitimize its authoritarian model and gain dominance in international discourse. And for instance, by building economic dependency with developing countries through the Belt and Road Initiative, the CCP used these nations as strategic foothold to oppose Western countries. And the third point is that it's the threat to Western democracy and freedom. By promoting so-called common development, the idea of a community with a shared future for mankind seek to undermine Western value of freedom, forcing the international community to accept the CCP's authoritarian new model. And the fourth point, I think, is also one of the most important point, and it was exposed by the Mr. Miles Guo. It's the connection to the 13579 plan. So 1 refers to creating a biological weapon, CCP virus, when most people know as a COVID-19, but we call it CCP virus. And then 3 refers to implanting it within 3 years from 2017 and completing it by 2020. And in early 2020, the pandemic broke out globally. 5 refers to ensuring that this biological weapon remains effective for 5 years. Like even today, we are still under threat from the pandemic. 7 refers to using the virus to paralyze 7 countries: the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and India. Think of the massive outbreaks in these countries at the time and consider the lasting impact on inflation and economic recession. 9 refers to using the poison vaccines to hold the world hostage within 9 months. So in April 2020, the CCP announced that it had successfully developed a vaccine, but we know it's a poison vaccine. And then by August, the UK began its first COVID-19 vaccination. And in December of the same year, the United States followed suit. And today, we can see in the world, over 70% of the world's population has been vaccinated. So we can know that how evil this concept is. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Chris, for summarizing all the CCP's effort trying to destroy the whole world. You know, as we have been discussing, it never underestimate the lower limit of their moral. They basically have no limit for their moral. They can do anything, try to take over the world. And all of these, you know, we're going to try to expose the CCP slowly, step by step. Thank you very much, Chris. And now we go to our dear brother, True007. Thanks for coming to our show today. And could you comment on your opinions about this CCP's move on this common destiny for the mankind? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Z and Laura. Chris, I think I want to reflecting on what you guys have been saying, especially that Chris has gone to a detail, outlined what it is, in CCP's own words. How would they achieve in a global community Yulin program for the future of mankind? Well, it's obviously what they have been doing. The action is that the BGY and the 13579 plan. Okay, that's as the strategies. So the detail that Chris has been just been told our audiences. If you know what it is now, if you remember, I'm sure most of you guys are probably already familiar with that. Miles Guo has been tirelessly exposed to the CCP's plan to take over this whole world, especially immediately take down the US, okay, and also terminate the white, including Europeans' plan, and then bring the strength by using digital RMB to trying to take down the US dollars in combination with the Bitcoin hoax folks. You see, Bitcoin has been enormously been hijacked by what? By the media, by the main media. They almost say the whole same thing in the same time, in the same style, same wording as they were promoting mandate of COVID vaccination. So what? Well, we got to make it a global reserve currency. What the intention is that use that to kill down, to take over the US dollars, the Swiss payment system. Okay, that will in turn weakens the U.S. financial capability to funding its mighty military forces, and therefore the CCP can use a cheap balloon flying over the sky and drop down to U.S. soil and then kill the U.S. This is the plan, very clearly outlined in a famous book called Unrestricted Warfare by a couple of generals of the CCP themselves, and Mr. Steve K. Bannon have bought the copy under the recommendation of Miles Gore and have read the copy this is like for him it is the most exposure to secret by the CCP themselves to tell the world, hey, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so they are not have any conspiracies in a way. They are actually open book check. Why they're doing that? You know why? I thought about it a lot, because they have used the BGY first to bought out, to weaponize all the U.S. administrative department, like the DOJ, for example, okay, and the SEC. This is why, because of that, the weaponization by the CCP to the judiciary system, okay, to the SEC as well. That's why we, okay, are in fighting mood to try to take down the CCP and to help Americans to realize what the CCP is doing, along with the war room, with Mr. Steve K. Bannon together. So for all our brothers and sisters over the last 7 years, okay, we've been tirelessly day and night fighting together with Miles Gore, okay? But then if the US, okay, themselves, the US people, I'm not saying, especially the politicians who in power now, the administration, President Trump administration, if they are not waking up to take down the CCP will very quickly to destroy the American payment systems, as a primary source of international currency and for trade, okay, and also for finance as well. Number one. Number two, they're going to use the 1357 plan, which have been very successfully, okay, in combination with the joint force of the CDC and especially Dr. Fauci and his team together to try and to paralyze the health of the U.S. ordinary people, including the military staff. 75% of them been jabbed, and it's estimated that 50% is going to be dying in the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, I didn't see that. All the United States and Japan and the European countries, their scientists has been come out with a lot of data. Okay, recently German data tells us 50% people is going to die, and by the speed of the data shows, in the next 3 to 5 years. Think about 50% of U.S. military, forces, soldiers are dead. So I heard the CCP, maybe they didn't jab the soldiers. I mean, that's what happened. And certainly North Korea seems didn't really mandate the vaccination program to kill their own soldiers. Why U.S. kill their own soldiers? I'm sure with the CIA and FBI, they got the information there. So this is how deep the globalists led by the CCP have infiltrated to all aspects, okay, of U.S. active power and forces to be the big boss of the nation, to keep the whole world in control and in peace for order, so-called the old world order. But now the new world order, we can see the 1357 plan, it really has completed what? Completed 5%. I mean, the five countries, seven countries, right? They all been jabbed, okay? And even today, you see what happens. Some countries, like still in the pharmacies, doctors still advertising for vaccination manifestation. Not only that, the second round, okay, the H5, the bird virus now is coming, killed a few people. Now they're talking about another global lockdown again for United States and other countries. So this is the last show of the CCP and the globalists. I think most of the people has already been waken up, and it is Mr. Miles Gore, okay, risked his life his wealth, his family, his staff been all locked up in jail and intimidated and threatened. His young brother, only young brother, has been killed by the CCP during the Tiananmen Square's, protest. And he is the person, the only person who first told the world, okay, the vaccination, it is a great conspiracy from the CCP to try and reduce the world population. But of course, we've been all called conspiracists and so on. We've been laughed at that even last year in Sydney CPAC, I was talking to a Senate, Australian Senate, about how evil the CCP is in relation to the vaccination mandate. I mean, to my surprise, okay, and people in our team even so afraid, accused me of why do you talking to her about it. I say this is our mission. Why we pay the tickets to come along? We are here to spread the truth. Mao Squad told us, the new Federal States China people, we don't get vaccinated. We need to share with the people in the world that, it is a great evil plan from the CCP trying to reduce the world population. Okay, I don't care whether the Senate feels scared or maybe I'm not politically correct in that time, but only 12 months passed now. See what happens. The whole global world is waking up. Okay, so this is what it is. As a member of a new federal state of China, we are not afraid. We're already prepared to lose our life to tell the world the truth. Why? Because the CCP is so evil and we are Chinese. We are not CCP. We need the world to know. Okay, number one. And the Chinese Communist Party is not, it is a legitimate government. They have still the whole nation with the help of the Western socialists and communists and the money, okay? And they, support so they can rule our brothers sisters for the last 74 years. We've been enslaved. Even after today, in the Great Fire War, our brothers sisters inside China cannot go on internet, see what we can see in YouTubes, in the Western main media and social media as well. We've been only told what to believe. If you dare to use VPN, get out, you'll be disappeared. Your organ will be harvested. Guys, you still believe in CCP? Okay? It is the most, the source of the evil is the source of the global pandemic disaster today, okay? I mean, but they are so shamelessly on the national, international stage talking about the common future of the global community. That's a big joke. It's full of shit and lies. Back to you.
Thank you very much. I really like your last word. They're just liars. The CCP, you never trust a single word from the CCP. And thank you very much for elaborating the evilness of the CCP. And hopefully, because this year, 2025, there are going to be a lot of changes in terms of US and all the global politics, geopolitics. And it's probably a watershed. So we wish more and more people can join us and say no to the CCP and hopefully hold them accountable. And it's our duty, to tell more people about the truth. Okay, so now we get to the second part. As a True 07 also mentioned earlier, the CCP has a long plan. They could do a bunch of other series of crimes and to the humanity and to try to take over the leadership from U.S. government and the rest of the world. So let's watch another video from the Mao School. He warned again. There might be potentially a series of attacks and threats from the CCP.
共产党最信奉的一条就是你家的灾难就是我的机会，浑水才能摸鱼，浑水才能摸鱼啊！所以说，战友们，共产党所有喜马拉雅计划里最核心的，当他遇到问题的时候，在你家制造灾难变成他的机会，在最狠的时候，就是要把这种灾难变成浑水，他才能摸鱼。所以，共产党有多么的感激911啊，美国，共产党有多么的感激伊拉克战争啊！ 王毅这回来了，你不要让我尝试打开中东的潘多拉盒子。你说王毅作为一个中共的外交部长，他是那一会儿蒙出来的吗？他是半年前才想出来的吗？他是1年前才想出来的吗？他怎么会轻易定义伊朗这个地方就是潘多拉盒子呢？而且他有能力来控制这潘多拉盒子呢？ 当王毅把这话讲出来的时候，美国的战略家都是傻子吗？以色列的战略家都是傻子吗？全人类上最大的6个支柱权力，6个支柱，不是 4 pillars， 是 6 pillars。美国的第一权力高科技，美国的美元，美国的强大军队，美国的好莱坞，以色列最牛的全人类上整个在全最大的影响力就是反战争能力，也就是今天我们所说的一次性打击能力。以色列是绝对有核武器的。第二个，以色列大家都不能确认的在全人类上经济的控制能力。谁打开潘多拉盒子？谁打开谁的潘多拉盒子？王毅同志无知到了极点。大家千万别迷信什么外交部长，还有什么总统多牛叉。埃及的穆尔西在庭上直接就倒了，就没了。那个伊拉克、利比亚的发言人，全世界最火的，现在在哪儿了？别以为他在那个位置，我们中国老百姓太多的对共产党的和对官员、对政务官的崇拜，以为当了官的就有水平，当了官的就有道德，当了官的命就比人家大，恰恰相反。
Yep. So as Miles has warned, the CCP has premeditated all these plans, and we should never underestimate, their evilness or overestimate their kindness. So basically, we need to be more alert. And Miles has been warned to the world since 7 or almost 80 years ago now, and I think. As he also mentioned a little bit earlier, you don't never worship really any government officials or celebrities, all these business people, because they're in that position, but doesn't mean they have more courage or better morale compared to our ordinary people. So eventually, it's still us try to push either from the lawmakers, from the FBI to investigate, how much the CCP have infiltrated into the U.S. in terms of political, economical, and even in a congressional level. So, okay, let's go through another round of discussion. Let's start again from Laura. Miles makes so many warnings, right? Everything has become truth, and we look at the world right now. Everywhere is in a chaos. No matter it's the Middle East or Ukraine, you can always find Chinese Communist Party behind the scene. What do you think of their future plan and what we should do, Laura?
Do you mean the darkness or what their plan?
Yes, the darkness. Yeah.
Okay, what their plan? They're gonna accomplish what they planned before. So before I answered your question, I want to introduce what is so-called a content to our audience. What is a community of shared future for mankind? That was issued on January 2nd, 2025. The CCP's diplomat Wang Yi, Mr. Wang Yi, spoke at inauguration of the Research Center for a Community of Shared Future for Mankind in Beijing. So in 2019, Wang Yi threatened the US about opening CCP's Pandora's box. Months later, the CCP COVID-19 pandemic emerged. A community of a shared future for mankind means the world will collectively suffer. So act now before the CCP attacks humanity with another bioweapon. And this content all of a sudden come to our today's life. As we know, before the Trump administration was on the position on 20th January, which is several days later. So in USA, they released another bioweapon. I think it's the same. All of a sudden, so-called bird flu come out. And after that, so quickly, if you have some a little bit common sense, we will know that that's already the second round. The vaccine come along. That's it's funny, but not in a happy way. That's why on the year 2024, the Chinese Communist Party diplomat Mr. Wang Yi just so openly speak it up. they gonna build up a community of shared future for mankind. How dare they are? They actually, from their aspect, they don't know this world, I want to say, and how arrogant these CCP's regime. They just go too crazy, I would say. And I also want to respond. Choose07. He mentioned about this 6 pillars. The first one is the power of the United States, the high technology, and the second one is the US dollar, and the third one is a powerful US military, and the third one is Hollywood of US. And the most powerful weapon of Israel is the ability to resist war. The one-time strike capability we're talking about today. Israel definitely has a nuclear weapon. In this video, Mr. Maisguo told us. Furthermore, no one can confirm Israel's ability to control the economy of all mankind. So this kind of background information, I don't know. They just go crazy so much, the CCP regime. They don't care about this matter and facts. They just do what they want. Just like I would say, what their plan for a community of shared future for mankind is just a acknowledgement thing. They don't know this world. Because don't know, they go crazy. That's from my discover from this video. Okay, back to Z.
Thank you for mentioning that. You know, there have been a lot of discussions about new viruses and flus, and this is exactly what CCP's strategy. So they muddle the water, so you can't tell which is true because of the cover up by the vaccine. You can't tell, is it because of the side effect from the vaccine, or is it because of the new series of the bioweapon viruses? So it's really hard to have a clue. But again, we have to rely on intelligence. You know, they definitely should have the power because it's their duty to investigate what's going on with the world. Is the vaccine a bioweapon? The virus and the vaccines are bioweapon. What should we do to stop the next rounds of attack imposed on the rest of the world from the CCP? Anyway, so let's go to Chris. So I think Mike mentioned a lot of things, and the nuclear things from the Middle East and all the new viruses and bioweapons. And what's your opinion? Are you concerned right now with the Taiwan situation?
If for the poison vaccine, I'm kind of concerned, like, because in Taiwan it's crazy. Over 94% of the people in Taiwan has been vaccinated, but luckily I'm not vaccinated because of Mr. Maisguo's expose. And from like the video, you can see that I understand that CCP is trying to convince the globalists in the Western world. They are trying to convince them to work together. But we know actually CCP won't actually work together with the globalists. In the end, CCP will stab the globalist. And also that in the video, we see that Mr. Maisguo mentioned about 911. The Bin Laden was not only trained by the CIA. Bin Laden is also trained by the CCP in communist China. And so we can see CCP is very double standard. They are like, you cannot hurt me, but I can kill you. You cannot take my money, but I can rob you. Also, we can also see it from another example is that the Paris Climate Agreement and Kyoto Protocol. CCP creates the most pollution in the world, but they blame the rest of the world of pollution. So we can see that's how evil they are. And So I think one of the most important things that we need to counter their strategy. So there's 4 ways we can counter it. Base it on universal values, place respect for individual freedom and human dignity at the core, rather than the interest of authoritarian regimes, and also that the CCP's shared future seeks to erode individual rights and threaten state control, which contradict genuine global cooperation. The second point is that a global alliance against authoritarianism. Countries with democracy, freedom, and rule of law must unite to jointly resist the CCP's authoritarian expansion and infiltration. People worldwide should recognize the CCP's threat to freedom and the rule of law in human society. The third point is that so the third point is technology and transparent governance. Technology should be used to promote transparency and justice in society, not as a tool for surveillance and oppression. The CCP exploits high-tech systems, such as the Skynet system, to control its domestic population and infiltrate other countries, which runs contrary to the true goal of a global community. And the fourth point is the cultural and religious freedom. We should respect the diversity of cultures and belief across countries rather than seek to dominate through cultural infiltration or religious repression. And the cultural united front threatens the diversity of human societies by ultimately trying to reduce all countries to just one. So free world, we need to work together, unite, and go against the CCP. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for summarizing all these wonderful statements, and it lists all action we need to do. You know, we ordinary people from all over the world, we gotta unite together and find our true enemy, which is the globalist led by the CCP. So first of all, we need to take down the CCP. Secondly, by doing the investigating and all these processes, it's going to uncover the current sellout or traitors from the Western world who is colluding with the CCP. You know, we're going to push the communism out of the earth. We should be exterminated from the earth and no longer actually either favor or like that ideology. Anyway, so the last but not least, let's go to our brother True007 again. What's your opinions to our audiences, and then what do you want to say about, you know, the actions we need to do to stop the CCP, stop these the common future or whatever nonsense?
Thank you, Z. Well, as all of you have been saying, and especially Chris, been systematically laid out all the tricks the CCP have been doing and how evil they are. So there's no doubt we jump to a exclusive conclusion that we have to stick together to take down the CCP, or the CCP will bring the whole world in darkness and no one is safe. You know why? It's, you know, history over the last 100 years have proven how brutal the CCP is. You know, among all the global communism, they are all misinformation, disinformation. They use violence to take over any legitimate government, and then they use BGY now 1357 plan to really to be the devil's advocate and the action team to kill the whole humanity. This is so it is a war between God and the devil. Okay, this is what it is, and we are on the righteous side, as Mr. K. Bannon said. Okay, it is a what? You know, it is a war It's a narrative war where we have to force the world to listen to us while Mao Score still being held in the detention center, okay? And he is our hero and he's the leader. Without him, the world probably already gone, I think, because we know no one knows how evil the CCP is. And luckily, Mao Score has been, you know, side by side with the CCP since the Tiananmen Square massacre before that even, okay? And he knows them so well. He has been, you know, just been observing them, okay? They like to make friends with him, okay? With his intelligence, looks like all the CCP's guys. Just listen to this. Why the CCP's guy, top leadership, including Jiang's family, even Xi's family, all want to be friends with CCP. Pangu, that building. Xi Jinping, before he was the president, he was a vice president. He was always go to there on the top level where the dragon head was before, and they took down to a chopping head. And Xi Jinping came here every night, wherever he's in Beijing, come there to have a drink with Mao Score. Okay, very long time. You know, this is give all the information to Mao Score to expose the CCP what true nature they are. So if you don't believe, you just need to see, you know, what happened, you know, in the Washington D.C. and especially now in New York. We can see that why Mao Score still illegally held in detention center without bail. Okay, he is the #1 enemy of the United States. He was the, you know, most valuable asset of the United States, not the enemy. Okay, and the CCP is the enemy of the United States and all mankind. So if we are not awakened to that idea, if we let the CCP doing what they do, I just got the news, by the way, Wu Zhen, Bernard Wu, the top agent, I think he's double agent of the CCP and the United States. He's a registered agent in the United States, okay? He said it directly to Mao Score, he hold over 500 or several hundred United States judges blackmailed information through their BGY. They know, you know, what the corruption is, what girls, boys, or young boys, or young girls they've been sleeping with. This is all illegal stuff. Been a judge that can be sentenced to jail for, you know, endless time. And also the corruptions, money they get probably without paying tax or the money they shouldn't receive and so on. This all the information, okay, through the BGY they have. This is why they can weaponize the whole United States judiciary system. They can tell the judge, you have to do this, that, otherwise we're going to tell the world what it is. Look at Joe Biden's, you know, Hunter Biden's stuff come out, all right? Do you understand? That's what CCP put it out through Jiang's family network of intelligence, yeah? So if you don't listen, you know what happened. We know all the stories over the last 4 years. Okay, this is how powerful you can see. If they can control the most powerful president on the earth, they can easily control any of us, control any of you. Okay, you have to be enslaved by them. You have to kowtow to them. Okay, you, and not only you, your next generation after, you're gonna be, you know, just back to 5,000 years ago, or back to 300 years ago in the United States. We'll be all come, you know, just be slaves. Do you like to go back to that life? Definitely no. So come on. So I don't want to say all the reasons and so on anymore. It is imperative. CCP must be taken down ASAP. Otherwise, his next plan is going to sending what? They're sending the unrestricted balloon on the sky. There are hundreds of millions of them. You cannot shoot one down. It doesn't work. They just need to drop 3 nuclear heads down. You don't know which one. If you're going to shoot, you don't have that many bullets to even shoot. If you shoot them from 4-5K above there, it's just like you're trying to shoot a mosquito, use a shotgun gun. So you just count down effectively. And CCP can only spend the, you know, a few bucks to kill the whole United. To the first preemptive strike will create the darkness in the humankind, because it started with the United States. It'll be forever. So trust me, trust Miles Gore's warnings 7 years ago in the Hudson River speech. And we got to take down CCP now, okay? Well, it's too late. Not. Back to you, Z. Thank you.
Exactly. We have to do everything, especially in 2025, a watershed year for everybody. And the CCP probably is going to wage a final unlimited war against the world again, no matter what. So we need to tell our friends, especially urge the government officials to investigate and take actions to stop the CCP immediately. Say no, hold them accountable, and decouple. That's the most important thing for each one of us this year. And also, most importantly, stay safe and have a healthy year. That's take care of the family, of course. That's from our family perspective. All right, so it's time to wrap up. Thank you very much. Really enjoy our discussion today. Very detailed and thorough overview of the CCP's evil plan. You know, there are so many things we need to talk. And please stay tuned to our to NFSC channels, NFS Speaks, NFC TV, and also our program, and we'll continue to expose the CCP with more and more details and stories. Okay, so thank you again, Chris, Laura, and True07 for joining us, and thank you, audiences, for watching us. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
亲爱的延平七哥，你们好吗？在茶叶比清风强吧？你肯定这样回答。我现在墙内挺好的，努力活着，只盼你回家。中央公园的春夏秋冬，拍给我们看看呀。周围的人们都是平平脚家，我们全家都没事儿啊。你让我们爱自己爹妈，那天我也拥抱过他。灭空透支我还有啊，真的战友不会放弃呀，紧紧跟随灭空的步伐，坚持健身还得记下。未来我有一些想法，去掉无度情绪化，底线红线不能跨越啊，诚实勇敢无私善良啊，希望你们一切都好，每同12点我该睡了，明天6月在盘古喊话，好了，先写到这儿吧。何时祈福？何时？